At 200 meters down, darkness swallows everything. Yet here, dragonfish begin their transformation. Each 100 meters deeper, their bodies grow stranger. Glowing lures, invisible teeth, even private beams of red light only they can see. But why does the abyss keep escalating their brutality? The secret to the world's creepiest predators lies in how pressure and hunger warp them into something more alien the further you descend. So what really happens when biology faces total darkness? Dragonfish belong to an ancient family of predators, Stomidae, that numbers over 290 species, spread across every major ocean on the planet. These are not a single kind of fish, but a whole cast of shadowy hunters. The black dragonfish with its ribbon-like body, the boa and barbel dragonfish, known for their oversized jaws and chin lures, and the loosejaws, whose skeletal faces seem almost unfinished. Each lineage carries its own set of strange tools, but all share a home in the ocean's twilight and midnight zones, where the rules of life are rewritten by the environment itself. Down here, sunlight disappears within the first 200 meters, leaving a world of permanent night. Pressure mounts relentlessly, rising by 50 atmospheres every 500 meters, a force that would crush most surface creatures flat. Water temperatures hover just above freezing, and food is so rare that even the smallest scrap becomes a prize. In these depths, the familiar boundaries between predator and prey blur. The darkness is absolute, broken only by brief flashes of living light. Every adaptation, every oddity, is a response to this crucible. Survival means finding ways to see, to hide, and to strike in a world where almost nothing can be taken for granted. Stomidae are not rare curiosities, they are among the most widespread hunters in the deep, shaping food webs from the Atlantic to the Pacific, from the Southern Ocean to the Arctic fringe. Their diversity is a catalog of evolutionary experiments, each shaped by the same relentless pressures: darkness, cold, scarcity, and the crushing weight of the abyss. What comes next is a look at the tricks these fish have evolved to survive, where the rules of vision and invisibility are rewritten by the deep. Light becomes both a shield and a weapon in the deep sea, and dragonfish have mastered its use with eerie precision. Along their flanks, rows of photophores, tiny organs that produce blue-green light, glow just bright enough to match what little downwelling light remains, erasing their own shadows from below. This trick, called counter-illumination, turns the fish nearly invisible to upward-looking hunters and prey. The effect is so precise that even a slight mismatch in brightness could give them away. Yet dragonfish manage this balancing act with remarkable energy efficiency, conserving precious calories in a world where every meal counts. But camouflage is only the beginning. In the boa and barbel dragonfish, a different kind of photophore dangles from the end of a chin barbel, a flexible, whisker-like extension that acts as a living lure. In the darkness, this barbel flicks and pulses, mimicking the movements of small shrimp or worms. Unsuspecting prey, drawn to the glimmer, drift close enough for the dragonfish to strike. The lure's light is tuned to the wavelengths that travel farthest in seawater, making it visible over surprising distances in the gloom. For the dragonfish, these first tools, body lights for hiding, barbels for hunting, are not just adaptations, but the starting moves in a long evolutionary game of visibility and deception. Here, in the perpetual night, survival depends on mastering both the art of disappearance and the promise of a false beacon. In the abyss, even the faintest glint can spell disaster. Dragonfish erase themselves from sight with a toolkit built for optical warfare. Their teeth, for example, are not just sharp, they are nearly invisible. Each fang is made of hydroxyapatite nanocrystals, just 5 to 20 nanometers across, packed so densely that light passes through instead of bouncing back. There are no tubules, no reflective surfaces, just a seamless transparent blade. In the dark, where bioluminescence can betray the outline of a predator's mouth, These teeth leave no warning shimmer. The dragonfish can wait, jaws agape, and nothing gives them away. Their skin is even more extreme. Specialized melanosomes in the scales swallow up more than 99.5% of any light that strikes them. It is not just dark, it is ultra black, a living shadow. Even the brightest flash from a startled shrimp vanishes against this backdrop. For a prey animal with only a split second to spot danger, there is nothing to see. The dragonfish becomes a hole in the water, a void moving through the midnight zone. But concealment is only half the story. Some dragonfish possess a secret weapon, organs beneath their eyes that emit far-red bioluminescence. This light, peaking above 700 nanometers, is invisible to almost every other creature at these depths. Yet loosejaw dragonfish and their kin have evolved special pigments and even borrowed chlorophyll derivatives from their diet, letting them see this hidden spectrum. They sweep the darkness with a private searchlight, illuminating prey that remain oblivious to the danger. In the deep, the rules of vision are rewritten. Dragonfish see what others cannot and remain unseen themselves. A dragonfish attack begins with a mouth that seems to unhinge from reality. In loosejaw species, the lower jaw swings open to an angle greater than 120 degrees, far wider than any surface fish. This extreme gape is possible because the bones connecting the skull and jaw are mostly cartilage, not rigid bone, and the cheek membranes are reduced to thin strips. When prey nears, the dragonfish snaps its mouth shut with almost no resistance from the water. The strike is lightning fast, delivering recurved fangs that lock victims in place. These teeth, more like needles than blades, curve back toward the throat, making escape nearly impossible once contact is made. But the dragonfish engineering does not stop at capture. Prey in the deep sea are rare, and every meal is precious. Many dragonfish can swallow animals up to half their own length. Their stomachs expand dramatically, stretching to accommodate creatures that would choke most other predators. This feast or famine strategy pays off. A single large meal can sustain a dragonfish for weeks, even months, as it drifts through the dark waiting for the next opportunity. The loosejaw skeletal frame, oversized gape, and expandable gut form a system built for the deep. Energy is spent only when the odds favor success. Each strike is a calculated risk, but with jaws that open wider, strike faster, and store more than almost any other fish, the dragonfish turns scarcity into advantage. In the abyss, where the slow and the small go hungry, this is the anatomy of a perfect ambush. Night after night, dragonfish rise hundreds of meters through the water column, joining a silent migration that spans the globe. As dusk falls, they leave the crushing depths and ascend toward the upper mesopelagic, following the invisible highway of the diel vertical migration. Here, lanternfish, by far the most abundant prey, form dense layers, joined by swarms of shrimps and bristlemouths. Dragonfish hunt in this living cloud, but they are not alone. Larger predators, from deep-diving squid to other fish, patrol these same layers. Every ascent is a gamble, the promise of a meal weighed against the risk of becoming one. By dawn, the dragonfish slip back down, vanishing into the dark below. Scarcity. In the deep sea, reshapes even the most basic rules of life. Nowhere is that clearer than in how dragonfish mate. In several lineages, males shrink to a fraction of the female's size, their jaws and guts reduced to the bare minimum. Some never feed again after metamorphosis and live only long enough to find a mate. Females, by contrast, grow large, with full stomachs and predatory tools. In the darkness, vision alone is not enough. Dragonfish rely on a finely tuned lateral line, a network of sensory cells tracing their bodies that can pick up the faintest vibrations. Enlarged pupils capture the last stray photons. But when light fails completely, the lateral line becomes a lifeline, letting them sense movement and approach in a world where touch travels farther than sight. Most of what we know about dragonfish comes from brief glimpses, remote cameras, damaged specimens, and scattered data. Their bodies are so fragile that rapid decompression destroys them before they reach the surface. Encounters with humans are vanishingly rare, and there are no records of danger. The real mystery is how much remains hidden, waiting in the dark. Dragonfish thrive where light and certainty vanish, proof that life always finds a way to adapt. Today, vast swaths of the deep ocean remain uncharted. As exploration technology advances, new forms await discovery. The deeper we look, the more nature reminds us, the unknown is never empty.